Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again, you're very welcome today. I trust you enjoyed my last video on girl power band, the Go-Gos. And through the song, Our Lips Are Sealed, we looked at keeping confidences. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going to a duo that was formed in 1982 in the UK. Peter Cox on lead vocals and Richard Drummie on guitar and backing vocals. Now these guys were signed to Chrysalis Records and they kind of had a string of pretty successful hits. The guys were talking about a Go West. Now, Go West, Peter's got a pretty amazing voice. Very compelling voice indeed. And between the two of them, they actually wrote some pretty good songs. And because they sought their publishing deal early, they were able to finance some demos and the rest was history. And thanks to Chrysalis Records, these guys were actually signed and became worldwide names pretty much. Now, when you think of Go West, the main song you think of is We Close Our Eyes. This came off the self-titled album Go West in 1985. This video is pretty amazing. We're talking about MTV at this point, and so music videos had to tell stories, and this is well and truly the case here. And also this video, which was directed by Godley and Cream, introduced this duo to the world. Now, We Close Our Eyes is interesting. This is my take on this song. We close our eyes to what? Well, we're closing our eyes to the fact that things aren't going so well. We're closing to our eyes that we really need to have a discussion, but we're not. There is an elephant in the room that is not being addressed, and so we're just going to pretend like it's not there and hope it goes away. But you know what? We're seeing things slipping away here, and because we're not confronting and dealing with the issues we need to deal with. And so this song gives us a bit of an opportunity to talk about the warning of relationships, and that is that, if the culture of them isn't going well, and that is that it might not be the initial, little instances that happen, but the overall thing just doesn't feel right, well, you can't close your eyes to it because it's not going to get better unless you do something about it. But as human beings, we really struggle to actually have conversations like these ones. But, let's put a totally selfish slant on this for a second. Do you want your relationship to be better? Well, do you? Is that other person really important in your life, and, your life would suck without them, to quote that song by Kelly Clarkson? My life would suck without you. Well, if you're thinking, wow, actually, yes, it would. Well, don't close your eyes any longer. You've got to confront the elephant in the room. In fact, you can look at the elephant. We're talking about elephant being in the room. It's just a thing that nobody talks about, but everybody knows that it's there, that sort of thing. I think it's really important that we do address the elephant in the room before it's too late, because we don't want to close our eyes. We need to keep our eyes open. In fact, probably right back when the thing started to happen, it might have been easier to talk about it back then, but because you've closed your eyes, it's now almost impossible. And you can't imagine yourself having that discussion and conversation. But if this video is a warning at all today, don't close your eyes any longer, because something needs to change. Now, if you're waiting for the other person to actually make the first move, well, guess what? It probably won't happen. So what you've got to do is you've got to encourage both of you to make the move towards having that discussion, having the conversation, and keeping your eyes open to the thing that's going on. Now, if you don't think anything's going wrong, but you've got this bit of a vibe that something is wrong, well, something's wrong. And if you're feeling a bit uneasy, the truth probably is that the other person is probably feeling uneasy as well. And so the best thing you need to do is to stop the uneasiness feeling, is to open your eyes, have the chat, have the discussion. Because, if that person wasn't there, your life would suck without them, right? So let's have that conversation before it's too late. So may that be a bit of encouragement for you today. So we've got a live version, the official clip of that one below, because you've got to have live and official there of their iconic song. We then got Call Me, again off that initial Go West album. This is talking about having to communicate. In fact, we must communicate. Very and truly going on from the same previous song of We Close Our Eyes, we must communicate if we want our lives to get better. So we got the official clip on that one. Again, 1980s clips, what can we say? They told a story. We then go to 1992 on the Indian Summer album. We have the song Faithful. This is all about, faithfulness. What is faithfulness? It is being there for the other person no matter what, knowing that you're going to be there, knowing you're going to keep everything in check for that other person. And then we go to that iconic movie in 1992, Pretty Woman, with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. That was very much the rich guy and the hooker end up becoming the best of friends and a lot much more, because she saw the best in him and he saw the best in her. And so King of Wishful Thinking, that's a pretty amazing movie to be part of the soundtrack, and Go West were asked to write a song for this movie, which they did, King of Wishful Thinking. So we've got a live version of that one, which is pretty cool. And we've also got the official clip. Now, notice a couple of links to the movie here. First of all, the limo. Now, the limo is well and truly part of the scene, and well and truly part of the scene of the reconciliation at the end. And also the hooker. Now, they are the clothes that Julia Roberts wore. And so a pretty iconic costume, that one. But it's well and truly a rag to riches to love story, that one. So, iconic movie to be part of. The live and official of that one. Now, Go West, between 1985 and 2013, but there was a gap from 92 to 2008. There were 5 studio albums, 3 live albums, 4 compilation albums, and 22 singles. A lot of those singles got into the top 10, which is pretty cool. And back in 1986, Go West got the Brit Award for Breakthrough New Artist. And so good on you, Peter and Richard, for bringing your own magic to this world of music. The image of blokes, but tender blokes, I think is the way we can look at Go West. The way that they really brought the audiences along for a ride and captivated them with their incredibly crafted pop songs. So thank you, Richard and Peter. If you guys are watching, thank you for what you've brought to the world absolutely over what is quite a long time, really. Well, if you've come back for another one, if this is your first time, the Life Reflections to Music, thank you to everybody for coming here, coming back, coming for the first time. It's great to see you all here. And so the links to those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from the Go-Gos, so if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to the Goo Goo Dolls. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.